SETPOINT CMS integrates seamlessly with PiVision and the Pi system. Here on the home screen, I can get an overview of the enterprise and see the current state of my machines and plants. On the left here, we have the list of plants and their current health, so we can see that plant 3 is in danger. In the middle, I have a list of machines and their health, so I can quickly filter that list to see which machines have issues that need to be dealt with. I can then view more information about that asset. From the machine train diagram for that asset, I can see an overview of the machine and get reference to the locations on that machine. I can then cross-reference those locations, for example, axial with axial in this table. And then I can get the health of each sensor on that machine, its alarm health. And then I can go and click on that channel and see more information about it to dig into the trends and see if it's healthy, if the data is real, and what needs to be done with it. Once you've determined that the data is good and that you have a real problem, you can continue your analysis in the Pi system. But if you need to go into more detail, you can go into SETPOINT CMS. From SETPOINT CMS, you can dive into all the machinery diagnostic plots and tools that you need to diagnose. So I'll go ahead and start out by bringing up an orbit. So here we can see an orbit, and this orbit is in reference to wherever I click on the trend down here. So I can click around and update the orbit. And then if I want to see more detail, I can zoom in on my trend. Again, click on it to change it. Now, a few things to note here in the trend. We have bubbles on the trend here that represent the alarm state of that data at that time. So you can see it goes into a danger and alert here as it goes through this change in the data. The other thing we have are tick marks on the trend. These represent when the waveforms were collected. And these come into the system based on how much change was observed in the underlying data. And based on that change, we will collect the most interesting waveform to make sure that you have what you need to analyze the machine. So what you can do then with this data is you can review it. So we can play back the data and review it in CMS. So that will work across all the plots we have in here. So now we're comparing an orbit and a spectrum at the same time and watching it play back in the data. But what we can also do is to make sure our analysis is not looking at noise, but just looking for actual root causes of machinery failures. We can compensate out the runout data. So that will take out the mechanical and electrical runout data, and that can be set up based on your machine. So that'll help you get more accurate results as you analyze the machine. What you can also do is you can compare the data you're currently looking at with historical data. And the next thing you can do with CMS is you can compare other data on the machine. So if you pull up the select points pane, you can see the navigation of machines, of the data and machines that are available to you. So I can see down here in my point list that I already have some of my channels selected, but I can add to that. And so that brings in that data into my analysis. And so now I have a second orbit from the next bearing down, as well as the additional trend data for that machine. What I can also do with CMS is view the data on a second screen. So to demonstrate that, I am going to play it back and pull it up on a second screen. So this is ideal to get a better look at the data and see more detail, as well as take advantage of having multiple displays. What we also offer from SETPOINT is the ability to export this data and share it with experts who may not have access to your system directly. So what you can do is simply save the file, and then you're able to email that or use file sharing tools to send that to other experts to get their opinion on the data.